Hey, so friends, it's your girl K Charles, and welcome back to kCharlescouture sewing page. If you're brand new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down at the bottom so you don't miss any of the videos that I'm going to be posting for you each and every day. And hit that notification bell so that you can know when the videos have been uploaded. Today we are on day 3 of Vlogmas, and day 3 is we're doing alterations, holiday dress alterations. And I thought about this because I'm actually going to finish the dress today. You don't know what dress I'm talking about? You need to go back to day 1 and day 2 so that you can get a refresher and see what I'm talking about. But today we are going to finish the dress. We're going to go ahead and reattach the corset to the skirt of the dress. We're going to add the lining inside, make it nice and neat. We're going to attach the zipper. Guess what? The dress is done and ready for my holiday look on next Thursday when I go to the holiday party for my job. Now, that got me to thinking about different alterations that you can do for any of your dresses or your holiday looks. I know that a lot of people are now buying stuff online. They're getting it and it's like, this is what I bought versus what I got. Those type of things. And I know it kind of irritates you. And a lot of people, sometimes maybe you can't afford to go to a tailor. Maybe you can't go to the local dry cleaners and have them do the alterations on your dress. Or maybe you got the dress too late and you need to do something quick, fast, and in a hurry. I'm going to give you a couple of tips of things that you can do to alter your look so that your dress is party ready in minutes. So I went and grabbed some dresses so I can show you some quick tips that you can use when you're either making your dress or you're altering a dress that you bought, or you're altering a dress that you made, such as I'm doing this week because I actually made the dress for someone else for their prom. They went a different direction and now I'm altering that dress so it fits me and I'm able to wear it to the holiday party. So first things first, I made this dress, had to be 8 years ago. I'm going to give this dress about 8 years ago because we're in 2025, maybe 7. But between 8 years ago, I made this dress right here for a holiday party that I was going to with my girlfriend. Now, previously, before this, I made this dress. I put a picture up here of the dress I made. I did it in purple satin. That was the very first time that I had put together almost like a gown dress. And I was actually going to my mom's birthday party. That was more than 15 years ago. But anyhow, and I did a remake of that same dress 7 years later to wear to my girlfriend's holiday party that she was having at her job. Now, the dress is long. Now, I know that for me, when there's a long dress and it's hitting the floor and things like that, sometimes I don't always want to have to sit there and hem it and this. So let me show you what I did to the bottom of the dress. And I didn't hem it at all. Y'all see that edge right there? I just took my serger, put all black thread in there, and just serged it straight across. That was the bottom of my thing. Something quick and easy. So if you get something, it's too long, and you have to cut it off, and you don't have a sewing machine, or, but I guess if you don't have a sewing machine, you probably don't have no serger either. Picture that. But let me tell you another thing that you can do. Just say you get a dress in the mail, and it's too long, and you want to cut the bottom of it off. You could go get something, what they call hem tape. Let me show you what that is. This is what we call hem tape. Hem tape is fusible. It's pretty much fusible interfacing. And what you do is you would put this in between your hem. So let's say if I wanted to take this dress. Say I got the dress and it was too long. I would take the hem tape. I would fold it under like I was making a seam or fold hem like that. There we go. It would look like that. But instead of me sewing straight across, you just gonna iron it. And it presses it down and it makes it like almost like a glue and a sticky tape on the inside. So now you have a nice clean hem. This costs $1.25 at the $1.25 store. I used to call it the Dollar Tree, but it ain't the Dollar Tree no more because they charge you $1.25. And I heard they were going up to $1.75. So you want to go to the used to be a Dollar Tree, and you can get this for $1.25 as of right now. Again, you can use this for all kind of hems. You put it in between the two fabrics, and it's going to melt. When you put the iron on it, it's going to melt and heat it up like glue. That's one thing that you can do. Another thing that you can do is, so like sometimes you may get a dress or something like this has a neck piece, like almost like a collar. Now, of course, I have a hook that will go on the back of that right there. But just say your hook falls off or something, and you're trying to figure out, oh my God, what can I do? What can I do? Baby, you got you some earrings, or you got a brooch that you don't use. Go ahead and take that earring, pop that earring on the back there. And I don't have an earring, y'all, to use right now. But just say you had an earring. You can take an earring, stick it right through there. Now you also have a nice little decorative look. And this is fixed. So if your clasps fall off or something, just use an earring or a brooch. Something real easy. Let me show you another thing that I do. Here's another thing. So this was another holiday dress. I actually bought this dress on Amazon. And when I got it, the cleavage was just showing a little too much. A little too much. You know what? So I was like, how can I close it up some without making it look very obvious? Now, you can also do the brooch thing if you want to. I chose not to do that. What you do is get you a safety pin. Look, get you a safety pin and put the safety pin on the inside. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you put very little of the safety pin out. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let's put it down. In fact, let's hold it up so you can see. So if I had the dress on, I would hold it like this. You're going to grab a safety pin. Yeah, do y'all know I just had a safety pin? And of course, here we go. I would say I just had a safety pin. Get you a safety pin. Go on the inside of your dress. Poke it inside of the dress. But what you're going to do is you're going to leave very little of that safety pin hanging out. Put it through like that. So now this is what the inside of your dress looks like with your safety pin. Close it up. Push it down. Now, see that little piece right there? Guess what? It is now hidden. You cannot tell that there is a safety pin in your dress. And guess what? Now you don't have too much of your boobies hanging out. That's just another little. These are just some little things, like I said, that you can do from home, at home. That's not going to cost you a whole lot of money. That's not involving you to go to a tailor or go to a seamstress. Let's see what else we got. Here's another dress that I have. I love this dress, right? I love the dress because it's just really, really cute. I love the zipper in the back. But guess what? What if the zipper gets stuck? What if it starts giving you some problems? You know what you do? I'm going to show you what you do. Go get you a pencil, a number 2 pencil. And you're going to rub that pencil up and down that zipper. Just like this. Makes it go nice and smooth. A number 2 pencil will save your dress if your zipper is acting up or it's getting stuck. Hey family, I cannot believe that this transformation of this prom dress to cocktail holiday dress is almost done. So the next thing we need to do is we need to install this zipper in the back of the skirt. Now I did have this zipper in the house, and it is a cream color translucent zipper. But again, it's an invisible zipper, so I'm going to try to get it as close to the teeth as possible so you don't see much of this cream color. But even if you see a little bit of it, I think it'll be fine because of the beading in the dress. And once we have the zipper pinned down, we're going to do one side at a time. If you know anything about working with invisible zippers, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that the right sides are facing each other. You want to give yourself about 1/4 inch away from the edge of the material. That way when it folds over and it's close to those teeth, you're going to have a nice clean finish. So that's what I'm doing here now. I'm just pinning it down so that I can get ready to take it over to the machine and sew it. And because this is a brand new zipper that I'm putting in, installing, and I remember I cut off the top where the original zipper was installed in the beginning, I got to beat some of these beads up so that I can get the zipper in easily. So as you can see, I went and grabbed me a little cover blanket, and I'm putting it on top because those beads can pop and you don't want to get anything in your eyes. If you're not wearing any safety glasses or something, you want to make sure you have it covered up. So as you can see, I have the zipper pinned down where it's going to be. I'm just taking my mallet and I'm knocking out some of those beads so that I can have a nice smooth sewing and I don't lose any needles today. So now that I've used my mallet to knock the beads away from the seam allowance where I'm going to be sewing, I'm just making sure I have the zipper placed where I want it to be placed. Like I said, I have an extra long zipper so that I can move the zipper head out of the way and it won't be in the way. But you want to make sure that when you're using any zipper, especially an invisible zipper, that you have it placed where you want it to be placed. So that's what you see me doing now. I'm pinning it, and now I'm going to be going over to my sewing machine so that I can install the invisible zipper onto the main panel of the fabric. Now, my new Janome machine does have special feet that you have to use, but this is what the invisible zipper foot looks like. I ordered this for my other Janome machine that I have. I'm going to see if I can use it on this machine. I probably won't be able to. I'll probably have to use the standard zipper foot. But if you have an invisible zipper foot, those are the best. All right, so now that we got one side on, let's go ahead and work on the other side of the zipper. Remember, just take your time. You're going to do one side at a time. Now that I have the first side on, what we're going to do is we're going to line everything up, make sure everything is matching, and then we're going to just give it a quick little pin. Then I'm going to flip it inside out so that I can have a better position to put the second side of the zipper on. All right, so let's head back over to the sewing machine and get the other side of the zipper on. Now that we have the zipper in there, I love it. Like I said, I wish I had a darker one, but this one is going to do. Now what I want to do is we're just going to do a little hand stitching down here at the bottom of the zipper. And then we're going to go ahead and attach the lining. All right, so now that we got the zipper in, let's go ahead and attach the bodice back to the skirt piece. Now I went ahead and grabbed my bodice, and I'm just going to be matching everything up, making sure my centers are matching. And then I just realized, y'all know what we got to do, right? Because this is brand new cut material, so we're going to have to bang out some of these beads so it can go smoothly through the sewing machine. So you can see I went and grabbed that little rag again because we don't want any sharp pieces of stuff popping and getting in your eye. And we're just going to bang it out. Let's bang it out, and then we can go ahead and attach the bodice to the skirt. Now after I have banged out some of these beads with my mallet, I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like, because I'm sure you're probably thinking like, how you banging out beads and stuff is not falling out. I mean, the threads aren't coming loose. So I'm going to show you up close. This, you can see it up close. Everything is still intact. Only thing that happened is those extra beads that are kind of bulky and stuff, now they're nice and flat, so it'll go through my sewing machine without any problems. We're trying not to break any needles today because I really don't have that many left. I got to go to the store, y'all. It looks like Amazon will be making a run to my house soon. All right, now that we got it all pinned down, well, I'm using clips. We're going to go over to our sewing machine and sew it straight across. Y'all see, I'm just doing a little victory dance because we're almost done. We're almost done. All right, it's all attached. It looks good. I'm so happy, y'all. I'm telling you, it came out really good. I'm just impressed with myself. So the next thing we need to do is go ahead and grab our lining so that we can add that on to the dress. So right now I'm just making sure everything is the way I need it to be. I'm doing a little tacking. I'm making sure that my darts are a little longer because I saw that they still had it was still a little bulky in the front, but it was just because I didn't make the darts long enough. So we're going to go ahead and add the lining to it, and we're going to attach it to the zipper, and then we're going to flip it inside out. So the inside of your dress will now have the lining, and we don't have to get scratched up by the pieces from the actual material. Okay, now that we have the lining attached to the dress, and we have it pinned down. We're going to go ahead and start doing the tedious work. You see I have my invisible thread, which did not end up being as visible as I wanted it to be, but it's going to be okay with on the inside of the lining. We're going to attach that. So you see I have it pinned down so it's nice and smooth at the top, and we're just going to hand sew that all the way across. And as you can see, we are all done. I do still need to hem the bottom of the dress, and then I'll add the original tie. That shoestring is just so I can try it on and see if it's going to fit. And I am going to make it a little shorter. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. Peace out.